What's up, everybody? I'm Brian from I1 Tesla, and do you remember this? That was about 5 months ago. It was about 5 months ago I did that, and now it seems to be news again. So I thought I'd give you an update on this. So yes, I did this video where you can pop the frunk right from your app. I'm using my iPad so everyone can see it easier. That's my car. His name is Bob. Yep, I know, it's weird. I made this video 5 months ago where I just replaced those front struts. I think it's pretty cool. I don't use it that much, but there's been a lot of concerns from people about the durability of them. Is it bending the hood? Is it a safety issue? Can you drive and this thing just pop up and destroy the car? Does it turn into a transformer? Is it going to turn into a Decepticon?
It's a transformer.
You know, I get a lot of questions about this stuff. And so I thought I'd do this update video on the struts. They've also been in the news a little bit, in the Tesla news on YouTube, because there's a company who is selling struts, the exact same struts that I have on here, for $45. EVanex now selling struts that will automatically pop your trunk. They disabled the comments on their video. A little strange. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the struts, how they're holding up. I use them frequently. I don't use the frunk as much as some people do, but when you have to, it's really nice. So if you look at the struts, they're just like the factory ones. So these are the struts. That's the number right there. And the first question is, yes, they're for a Jeep Cherokee or a Jeep Grand Cherokee. They're not for a Tesla, but they work. That's the thing. To raise this up from the factory, I think are like 80-pound struts. These are actually 100-pound struts. These are more powerful than the factory struts. I have not noticed any wear and tear whatsoever. The hood stays perfect for me. They're just 20 pounds heavier, but it's enough to lift the hood. And when they're closed, there's not much pressure. I mean, there's not much, I can hold it down with my pinky. There's not much pressure here, so it's not putting extra pressure on the point over here. So yes, they're not made for a Tesla, and neither are EVanex. They're using the same exact struts. In fact, if you look at his video, you see the blue sticker. That same exact sticker is the same one in his video. They're the same ones on my car. What they send you is a strut with a sticker on it. This one also works as well. I just haven't had a long-term test on these, but those do work. I tested them. I'm actually giving those to a friend. So I think it's amazing. It's easy to do. And now with Siri, you can actually pop the trunk or the frunk by walking up to it if you have an iPhone. I tried setting that up, and it is linked to my Model S, not to this, so I have to go into the settings. If you just had one car, it's really easy. A subscriber actually sent all the information over to me. It's pretty cool. I might do a video on it. The big question is it gonna bend the hood? Well, here's a flex test. I set up a tripod so you can see it. Nothing's gonna move. Actually, let's go in a little bit right here, and I'm gonna push down on the hood. One hand right on the T. Well, I don't have a T here, but one hand right in the middle. It's not very difficult to do. I can do it with one finger. Yes, it is more than stock, but it's not bad. It's moving just a little bit. More so what you're seeing is this positioning is higher than that positioning. I think either this bracket is higher or this strut is a little longer. But it's not hard to do. And then right from the app, you just open it. Now the other point of concern was right here, putting too much stress, the top of the strut putting too much stress on the hood. Right here is going to bend this, and it's going to sit up higher because, you know, there's a stress line here for crumple zone. But this is really a strong hood. There's been no issue whatsoever. In 5 months here, by the way. I do this one-handed. This is not very difficult at all. It doesn't bend the hood at all. There's a little bit of pressure at the top, especially because it's been sitting up for a little bit, but it's a one-handed motion. But down here, there's like no pressure. There's not much at all. I mean, if there was 130-pound pressure, I would not be able to do this with 2 fingers. So it's not putting much pressure on there at all. So let me close the hood, and you can see that the body line is perfect all along here. The sun is in the way a little bit, but you can see the hood is perfect. Even on this side. The other question that pops up, pun intended, is they're just going to pop up while you're driving down the road. Well, you can't do that. It's impossible for the trunk to pop because there is a secondary latch. And I've done a video on this. I'll post it right here. Oh! Post a link down below so you can actually watch that whole video. The only way to have the trunk pop open while driving is if that button or light is pushed. The only way to do that is for something to hit it. Unless you have something large in there that hits it or a small child, that button's not going to be pushed. I had to set up a whole rig with a tube that I had balls on a shaft hit the button, and that's the only way I can get it to pop. Even with that, latch is on there. And there's going to be a message on the screen that it popped open. The other thing I get is, if Tesla wanted this to be done, why didn't they do it? Well, you know, Tesla and every company, they don't get everything right on a vehicle. They tested it and they didn't think it was necessary. You know, this isn't necessary for everyone. This is not for everyone. This is something that if you don't use your frunk, don't spend the $25 on this. If you do use your frunk a lot, then it's something to look into. I would definitely get it. Tesla doesn't get everything right. They change things, you know. Some people have Alcantara, some people don't. Some people have first generation seats like me, and most of you have the second generation, which are way more comfortable, even in the same model year. There's things that they get right, they get perfect, and some things that they don't get right. That is why there's aftermarket companies out there. That is why there's people like me that look for a different answer to things, that look for a better convenience, that look for a way to make the car personal to them and more useful to them. So if you want to pick these up, I'll have the link down below where you can pick them up. These things do sell out pretty quickly on Amazon, so be patient with it. Get the right ones. Get these with the blue sticker on them. I'll have these as well. I'll have a link to these. These will work as well. I'll have a link to these as well. But if you could pick up those with the blue stickers, just like EVanex did,
Snap!
save yourself the money. EVanex is selling them for $45. You can either pick them up there if you want to. They're specially designed for the Tesla. Or you can pick them up here where they're designed for a Jeep but work with the Tesla Model 3 only. They don't work with the Model S yet. I'm working on those, and I'm also working on ones for the trunk. They're very difficult, and you can't just use a strut. There's a lot that goes into that. I've tried many different things, but I am working on it and I'm very close to it, and I'll be bringing that to you soon. But for now, make sure your frunk pops if you want to. If you don't want to, just don't comment negatively that someone's going to crash, you're going to cause a problem, you're going to kill somebody because this is going to pop up. Don't do all that. It's not going to happen. Hasn't happened to me yet, and I've had them on the longest. But as always, stay positive, stay awesome. Got a lot of great videos coming for 2019. A lot of stuff to finish my garage. I'm working on some cool partnerships for the channel. If you're looking for a Tesla, use my referral link down below. It helps out the channel. So as always, I'll see you on the next one.